Let's speak about Donkor. I was reading CI 127 where it states exactly what must be done. It's just not clear. So we don't know. OSHA CI 1274 now. Where at the close of nomination, but before the elections, one of the candidates dies, a further period of 10 days shall be allowed for nominations. We don't know what this says. And then there's another one, that is the 5, say where the death of the candidate occurs at any time within 25 days before the election in that constituency shall be postponed for 21 days. This one is about parliamentary, but the first one, there's confusion. At the moment, as a constitutional lawyer, Akua Donkor is gone. What do you think the directive or the direction should be?
Look, in fact, let me concede that an opay minya kwan at it 12 CI 127 minya kwan. But from what you are reading to me, it means I see more 10 days. Now, more renominate will be for to contest on their ticket. From what you are reading to me, it means that the party will be given another opportunity to renominate candidates within 10 days so that they can go and run.
If the Electoral Commission does otherwise,
no, they can't. No, they can't do otherwise. When the CI spells out what has to be done, they can't do otherwise. Unless the party now decided to almost fill the before. We any quantum any independent too. We a political party and a CI no say the candidate we they are given a further 10 days to renominate. And other there is a law. And you cannot do, electoral commission cannot do otherwise.
Our constitution, Article 53, Section 3 also speaks about some of these things. But once you said it's clear, and that's what it's supposed to be, let's move on to the parliamentary conversation that is happening at the moment
at
the Supreme Court. And Speaker, Emma and lawyer for title sorry, Etro and Krata, Edeko PMU, Ekoma Supreme Court say how they served the Speaker was wrong, and that according to Omo Emrano, they are supposed to be served only on Mondays. Minim se won sa enkrata na lawyers for the Speaker at Ronwa.
Yes, Sinyaba, but who enkrata na ya fale ama Speaker. Na a very interesting positions of the law and the now if anything in Article 117 no so Article 117 say obi a member of parliament na say or come as a begin and also to massive begin then serve no any questions from the court and over time and no more I develop understanding between parliament and the court say the Sadia and your best ever won't sit your Mondays and your best ever on Mondays. I agreed. Now, we the man we interested in say almost attempt service on the Speaker through the legal office on Tuesday.
Yes.
And yes, successful and almost several on Wednesday. It's almost several Wednesday, court no time almost ruling no for stay no, and that's almost suspended Speaker. That means orders no. Court no can ruling say no you are aware say Speaker is aware of this process, but he has objection only because he was not served on a Monday, and he court the position says since the Speaker is aware this case raises an exceptional circumstance and they will grant the order suspended and if it's
meaning they would go against what they themselves decided to do.
It means to say they have now stay no means suspended. Means that they have the law at that time. The Supreme Court said since we are aware, even though he has concerns, on the day he was said, the court said they are aware. Say, Speaker, they are aware that this case is coming up. Now, important in a sense, service is the key. So now I know who. Now I know Chimanso. Now I say, "What? The beer may be a reality. You can't watch." And the man say, "There's no evidence that myself, but to an amount be backward. It means that we are aware the proceedings is on, and we didn't know about it. It means that fairly process there. It means that you have been saved. Yes, I carry it in the who say as a no court. And now what did the American?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
That is the position. Now, the share speaker.
So in this case, speaker should have decided. Say, we had an agreement. I'm supposed to be served on Monday. If you serve me any other day, I would look at it and make it look like nothing has happened. Intimate. I would rather not write to you at all. I'll ignore it.
One option, but tell you, you don't make it easy for your opponent. And the speaker rely on no. That's what a lawyer should do. Should make it hard for your opponent. And the speaker position, and no, I'm kind. A filing motion, say court vacate the orders. Say the court make you order to suspend the speaker. Orders. And one through the lawyers, a filing motion says court vacate our orders. Now, who can so a very interesting, a very powerful argument, and always. And they say, one, no speaker no position, they say, service no was wrong. Because next case 7 on Monday.
Yes.
By a 7 on Wednesday, which is against the agreed we are members of parliament, because it is agreed between the court and parliament only on Mondays, and therefore that service is proper there. It means that it's null and void. The argument, the first one, this is very interesting, because if the court agrees, say the service was not proper, and now so be in a court so be granted. Very interesting. Now, the next one, so arguments are you raising and associate interest in the speaker. What's it? You granted state where in the court chain, the court will change from lower court to higher court to court of appeal to Supreme Court. And the lower court here be now there. When in the yard, I'll call high court, not stay.
Yeah.
High court here be now in the yard, I'll call court of appeal, not stay. Court of appeal here be now in the yard, and I'll call Supreme Court, not stay. Where do you? Every court never, every parliament never. It's in a so bad Supreme Court war, so basically decision of parliament.
But this also had to do with the interpretation of the Constitution.
Exactly. But
and we all know, say, interpretation of Constitution, no Supreme Court,
correct. But maybe can speak an argument why and natural. Speaker argument why anything no. Interesting. Say going forward no.
You know what? The speaker is trying to say as a free court na aba mo say if you one step to the other, it's coming from somewhere else. But really, when it comes to cases of constitutional interpretation, does it have to come from the court?
Well, I don't know what you say. Speaker argument
yeah.
Now come back. That.
Right.
Speaker argument back was going to say. And you are almost able to Makunya Nokoda. Omo court. Emeka say, Yadina Omo any fairness and Asia more coin. Now, woman who up in your market, Casey Gradia, you are not connected. Who locals grab anything. And also Ujinaso at the back court. And that's really interesting. But you see, in constitutional cases, you don't have to have a locus. So ultimately raise a constitutional basis where there's interpretation. Okrano, you don't need any look. Anybody at all can go to court. But Speaker raises very interesting argument. If it's the court to see now, Speaker can say, court to no see no. One Speaker a quite and wasem. One kunya. They are one-sided. One Speaker no wasem. And the right to hearing no deny natural justice. Yeah, I'm not quite and wasem. And you know so.
Asam na mu enya starting and where does this one come in?
I don't know what to say. If we stay with one, let's kitchen and what's the matter.
That's where I'm also finding difficult. As in, if ABOB kokotwa before assembly bed no bet me akosiki say yes suspended and now say yes for injunction. Even if it's elections, somebody can place an injunction on it before the case itself is placed.
I don't know. Speakers also argument no sir I can say. Even so, but no day abo up to square now. Because the expert, expert is the other side. Maybe no. I think a year for only 10 days. Where the for time and so. And no so money problem. According to speakers, I'm not making. Now, that's also. You see, injunction is different for stay. Injunction there, for 10 days on expert basis, but stay there. There's no law saying that put a time on it. I don't know what did they make an answer.
Yeah, I'm understanding that. Yes.
Injunction there. The first party are entire 10 days. First party just one side dependent back the other side now my coach.
Now they do add
now with the injunction, I want to first year now.
Maybe so at this stage that we find ourselves, because at the moment the case itself will be heard on the 30th of October.
No, okay, so, case in the 30th. Most in the 30th. Most Speaker Babi Diaba. A China any BTS motion.
So, so in this case, no, what is the process? Motion as in whether to still now your friend is a Supreme Court ruling in Bejina. And also, mbeti or no diabano. What's the process? I want to understand.
Process, let me say. It is Speaker Babi Dini Diaby. What need in Yadin? Over Fali be a friend of David in opposition. No about you say, may no one yardin for A, B, C, D, a Timon granted Speaker Babi Diano. And
in this case, it's a fenyo mark and then the lawyers, a bet Rakwa, and I say any other person can do that.
It's in their parties. More involved to say it's only the attorney general because the state institution is concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, the opinion marking lawyers as Zoom and yes, we are responding. So money speak about the argument and also the argument. So money in the argument there as some of Fali affidavit in opposition. Now you have more opportunity to be heard on that day. And so far the almost getting your mind. Because was filed yesterday. And he likely said that almost also the more affidavit in opposition. Yes, and
I was thinking, sir, it was against the ruling of the Supreme Court. It has to do with the Supreme Court directly. That's not what it is.
Correct. It's against the ruling of the Supreme Court. But
and no, you're affected. No, for example, Parkway Abedu Esquire or Kahubi. As you said, a fenyo marking won't be. Parkway, I think, should be a fenyo marking the law firm because there's another PO box or whatever under the Parkway from a fenyo marking. That is number 1. And then the Parkway Esquire is number 2. And then the number 3 is Speaker. Number 4 is Attorney General. And then title story is number 5. On the Oka say or Mekakoti hearing no. Ochinano. 30.
But lawyers, lawyers in India, they are only being informed for information only.
All right.
They are not parties to the case. It's already normally and naturally say Speaker Mark leader marking. So BB can the lawyers never travel. The lawyers are notified that the case is coming on tomorrow. But almost file processor and they will file it in the name of the parties themselves. I don't know if they make it here.
Yes.
A Joma file processor, a better affidavit marking in the but the lawyers will file it.
And can say, does the Supreme Court ruling still hold until otherwise, which is tomorrow?
The Supreme Court ruling is the law now, meaning say Speaker Babin's what done for seat has now been suspended. Kopim says Supreme Court be tia samchina. No money na ya adwene na omo avaketi omo orders no. Evaketi pe na Speaker Babin orders no asa kicking in. Say eno na be start ejuma. But say na it means Supreme Court suspension no and right.
You know, I say na person when you bre cheche nsem ni mu ye. You heard the besi ochna as the legal brains go to the Supreme Court and then on cheche and constitution. Yeah, that's a pa.
Nyamin ka.
On council.
And run the say munam campaign mu ya don't be free here chew abatu tutuo ama nkofo ni bi kura epra. Mana asam na to say
me da say ni che we say fu nyina any da ye call nya krom ye kay program very successful program ye wie ya yerban in fact ye ma police for letter na woman and escort please wear 27 with their van if you pray and on one you send be dey be gina na ye na no we light up you know why you sun kakra then you know for use one phones na lights na torchlight na whatever. If you do baby, I make us one baby, I make track now. Oh, yeah, na police phone me jina wo na me address the crowd them. It is a car be a ba na police phone direct the car. Obo ho mo fan yin, obo ho fan yin na wo ko. Yeah, you do baby ni the convoy be ba. Na police phone why they wo boy kwana mo mo wa ko. No you normal because car se ba wo boy kwan mo wo ko. Inti wo bo tell me fa me who convoy ko. Na mom worry Benman in a mingun day, peace in the van, I need scripting going to Mundo or count in a Wobachim now, okay. Now, baby, I'm making me so was me left because of Hannah Maiken, or see, if you make so was me left and the Casa Madame no one Casa Nemba. It's a more for do all right, the man said, Papa. It's why I casa ya baby. In the Tianum so then, please, the phone ma. Commanded the water Mr. Cannon. Namina Mijina Khan inside. Name security man so da Ojina Meki, or an water or an original one on it, leave the phone coordinate. Suddenly, what kind of water Mr. Khan inside? Namin Castle. No, what's the gun shot? But music and obey me pa to miss me gun shot at me boy. It wasn't me saying, Mr. Abba, some noses, Obia to Nami Obia to it's a mistake any moment, let me wound there. Why is another convoy see right outside in Morocco towards the bridge? Because it's a now from only one way. The new old bridge and war repaired. It's a new bridge with a mistake and tell me one convoy in the me know half a left walk. But me say me right a Mr. Khan, let me wonder what be down one war back. Not that one walk or it comes from where I'm standing to the filling station. Crowd I home ma. It's me 1 hour. What was some woman? No one saw one for crowd in the view. No one saw for crowd in the view as an equate view. It's the woman be 10 years for reverse. It's a far the normal route. Yes, I ain't sick of far. For my hands a far places. Now, Malcolm, no what can do be it. It's a Miss Monday, one cost of hospital day or today. Clinical hospital clinic.
Okay.
And I'm a babu and the catching day. Girl be named for a consonant, and I'm not Nanica, no one so papa, and some of them. Let me would you and I make for another uncle a day. No cadden for free front. What can I mean for police station? You're for police station, you're for cadden. Today, when you pay pra and Sunday for police station. And they come, never can do be a pra, and I be no be in prayer. No idea why I'm to bring my dairy. Into Yale Comuna after your marching or Emily the off frame. Honorable, what is happening in street? na me so me use Pedro na me wonya from mana na me ko Pedro na aba sama happy with Pedro no so what the me police officer we ku national coordinator na me leader how do you talk like that we ku national coordinator then the policeman on no driving say am yenenam your program on what Jamaica me so you come when you na able to testify to it today or Jamaica no so near the program. If me didn't to speak, I'm a security man or say, I'm a captain, so I'm not to speak. My bench and okay. If I'm able to not even if I have to resign, I will resign. Now you're back to the matter. Me too, me care the last time I'm a croquet gun. Me this year, what time will be when the system? Me and then I'm a Kobe. I mean, me too, some suitor, or be able police to the mason. If you're from court, no one investigation. In a million all academy, please.
Now, a metu to
what I say?
A metu to
Minimum to me to bomb there. Indeed, me policeman before and after your cafe. No, open your back and as one any policeman that maybe I'm a boy, some and I'm no crown, I'm the leader. Don't go there. The party will be a say now. Let me try to make sure the moon cook. And they have to come here, but can't me do for me. It's me by no them police station and a report because I want to make us the son and national coordinator so it's in the can. But I can't girls is two, not man or girl me go who was social media, name na mensa, na papa ni na another person. Inti ye beti na police nka tena me kofi, mama ko hospital because asama way to hospital. Me na sara no ye zongo nyineti. Me opponent akoka tell them me na mama way to na sara. Si zongo ni nyine bogu hospital with India na mbeba na nyama. Inti assemblyman or a good Samaritan. Opo police station ho. Na police for any car was their best court in Panama, not in a car phone. One said the car was trying to second again now. In a memo for hospital.
Wow,
say, as someone was going to wait on you.
Man, Pacho, a dear pen no giddy say, a Bequaco Fabana, one a tire sadi and a cheek. Dear C.
Number one, me catch all day, me see the or your gun and waiting from the boy. And then for people from your pictures and tell me easy. Number two, meaning that you know be a young some less than I'm not no one when you more for Ghana. What if a photo on you? So what if a baby I was the better? Anytime I'm move the milk baby, when the party can and I'm hot. Now I sound for party t-shirt no one and I'm hot on family. Your call Farman career program, if you're friend and animal farmer, before you would do no one friend and boys to be able to go out to a summer. In Zongo, from Zongo boys was the motto, they were 14. While they rock for her 1 year about 2. None is 1 year about the white. I mean, one of me, Nimdo, Bia, Nagin the Hobayadam. It's a mystery. We could be in a today. Look at 2 beer or Ning the boy who was Zongo. I yell pa, Namako, gender minister, Namaya day, Namia, Nankata one. No from off for Nankatanalan. Or those who woman was so down. 1 year did there no one to Mutuna quite. But I want for your police more base. No base 14 and 50. No report to the police station. Place Amina, my catch on one mum. Police representative will fear because apart from me, police officer, we need to be for the patrol and the phone. Our police who are better here, better catch them there. Until they be serious business. Let me see my tone and say, or maybe bump the BB serious and oh, yeah, that or how will be. Not the master near to see. You see my way energy. Man,
Pacho, nature say, a year, a be our opponent, and answer one party, no, and one who say, as in couldn't be a bar mounty, and young suppressor.
Suppressing is the what suppressing. Next to me, me to me, find some party because me who. Now, so your one shot on your one, send a leader. Me who, however, from the mini security officer, where will be. I do be who are. Baby, I'm a bonizin because for your own friend. No, me to send that one here. Abba said you are. When I'm not catching. Later, I was an agent negotiation in him. You come, I'm a catcher to the coma. Boy, did your baby, I would be in our bomb, a catcher leader. On Tassin, I'm Mr. Tassin because I won't have money promise. No use in Yaman away and Yamawa. The catcher and another. It's me boys, I mean, one way. The new cast CCA, oh, you know about what's many, a video bone. We throw when you know, funny baby had it. Because who back a bona? Nay, you know, Banaya bona, sometimes you see about 2 years, boom, Nayada. No, Banaya boy, I go upon because you need that 2 hours. ebeka na onye meba na ebo se no ye oba ni fro won nyina be fie bi said won mu piki ke twa no se da bi ona bu na ne da ye ko ye o ye tuam ye ko wedding ana ye ko na nsenya kroma ni poka wo dey be ya bro na akokra onu mpo bi no mo out
wow
awo ko float asam o si wo hon onya da ye ko tutu ye tutu da den support aye wo support ho me ko nu kroma nti me so no ma nti nya da me ko tutu wo me ku nu krom how ina me ko tutu me itu boy ye ko se ne den me ki ma ye nam ye nka bodo bi fast kan poncha no wa fetu
mai but I say uda so awo MPP amanyokuro no
ni nyimpo hon to ye nka wasama ye nka tu semi
ba cho mate pa
amanyokuro sama kontinke ye nka tu semi a we sia
yeah man say ya nakasa no de adroi waja ma police say wo ye ne den na wan kasa so be ye personal investigation bi ana
the photo ye jama police and the paper ma wonka ene da police commander me nyine kasa ya ke kiom da almost 2 something kwa am na ye kasa
okay
me information bi ana me jama ma me information is phone to police commander ye ho jima na me jama ina nya from the business commander so me so me nyine kasa ina aguna ahadun so me nyine kasa nti ana pe ene da be nya me na do ma me da wona se wo mama escort
okay
obo boy yan ho bana na me ndé Nyankopon oboshe yendo
but mat there who support you massive
support na nyame na do mo nyame na do
kakra ye be hwe na ya ye kama pa na say kwa na room obi ni nam say ma Cynthia say wonu kwa one step down na ade bi but eti bi a
me see pa my Friday am for Sunday mo ko court bi o what ma mo ko campaign was mo ko court na e then what to about December 7 na one file me nomination na me din tell ba won na what ma mo ko campaign
wana do ko court
what oye NDC so sinyon wa NDC wey you won say team wa ba mi fi ha be ka chem why a press conference on na what the court for wey you want to party nim on wa ba ka chem ni poste ti no ni o bi a o te na no ni de bi o se ni poste say on to him o say ti no ye because abrante o court o ni scam for lawyer dem lawyer ya ye ni ma ye ni baby o fi na mo wo kan to kom bi aso sabi on won ni pa bo mi ha o ma won information a ni su ni pa won wa ni su ma information nti wo ba plan bo wie na me ni fi ma ati ni na
dia matadis for nwum na ma me fa nhye wunkran no pai was say a child to keep I have no the last verse no got to glorify was say boa mama nwen na mon sol na mon hwe wunkoto mi muda mu gumedwuma ho a mo wuwa onye aha
the Methodist means
oh amen everybody show so
medasi
maso medasi papa bye bye